And we welcome you into Dodger Poke Report for the next edition of Dodgers Down on the Farm for AAA Oklahoma City. The AAA Oklahoma City Dodgers had a little bit of a rough week this past week. They went 2-4 against the Las Vegas Aviators, who is the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's. You know, with the recent promotion of Jake Lamb, the leaderboard really opened up, and Jason Martin has had a great year. He's at the top of the leaderboard in a lot of categories, including home runs and OPS. So Jason Martin's having a great year. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to the video and let's see all of the action from last week, at least the highlights of the action from last week with the AAA Oklahoma City Dodgers. You're looking on your screen at the article that I wrote on the relief pitching in the Dodgers organization that has the most imminent possibilities of moving up and helping Los Angeles in the bullpen, either down the stretch and maybe even in the playoffs. So as you're looking on here, Dylan Betances, Justin Brule, Jose Adames, I know he's a long shot, but Marshall Kozlowski, Ryan Pepio, I know he's a starter, but I think he could be moved to the bullpen in the playoffs. Mitch White, same situation. Aaron Oceanbine with a split finger. John DePlantier, who has been a starter recently, but I think could easily move back and give you a 1, 2, or maybe even a 3-inning outing in the playoffs. Michael Grove, much like Pepio, I think he can move to the bullpen and give you maybe one time through the order. And Carson Fulmer, I think, is the number one candidate to come up and help in the bullpen for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has been in the closer role quite a bit for Oklahoma City. He's done a great job there. I've had a chance to talk to him. I've had a chance to see him pitch on many occasions. I think the transition to the ninth inning role late in games has been very good for him because he's so competitive. I think it brings out the competitive juices in him. I think it makes him pitch his best, and he has been one of the best pitchers in the entire minor leagues all year long. So I think Carson Fulmer is the number one candidate to come up and give the most amount of help to the bullpen. That's just my opinion. But from what I've seen this year, that is what I think. And you have guys like Garrett Clevenger. Clevenger has 21.1 innings. He's pitched very well. And Mark Washington, who probably has the best numbers of any pitcher in all the minor leagues. And he has had a great year as well. You know, like I said, there's other possibilities in Tulsa, like Clayton Beeter, Gavin Stone, obviously Bobby Miller, Landon Knack, Guillermo Zuniga, guys like that, Nick Robertson, guys like that. They're not quite as imminent because they're still in Double A. That's not to say they couldn't come up and help the big club as the year went on, but as of right now, they are still in Double A. So I just highlighted mainly and with video the guys that I thought had the most imminent possibility, and that's who I just covered. So if you want to look at that article, you can go to DodgerPokeReport.com, or if you want to see the audio or the video podcast of it with audio narrative, you can go to my YouTube page and you can check that out, and you can see the podcast of the relief pitchers in the Dodgers organization. You're looking at video of Drew Avans, who is quietly having one of the best years of anybody in Oklahoma City. He is a good player out of Southeast Louisiana, and he is definitely one of the most underrated players in the system. He's hitting .275 now with an OPS of .838. He has hits in 11 of his last 13 games, and he has hits in 18 of his last 22 games. And he hit .326 in June. He's a very good outfielder, a left-handed thrower, a left-handed hitter. He's very competitive. He has good speed. He likes to steal bases there. He has a good look at Drew Avans, a very good baseball player. This is Andre Jackson, a very talented right-hander out of Utah, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Quite honestly, he has had periods of struggle this year. He just recently got put on the developmental list. He came off of that. He had a very good outing in his last outing. I believe this was on Saturday. He had 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Now, he did give up 2 home runs, which were the 2 runs that he gave up. But this outing here on Saturday that you're looking at, look at that good curveball and the attitude. I like that swag. It's back with Andre. And there's that diving changeup that he likes to throw. Andre Jackson is very talented. There's another very good changeup. He's very talented. I think he lost his confidence somewhere along the way this year. He went on the development. Look at that changeup that had that tumble and fade to it. That looked kind of like a Ryan Pepio changeup. It looked like a left-handed power slider, but I think he lost his confidence somewhere along the way. I have not talked to him. I don't know this. This is my opinion, but I think the developmentalist period that he took. When he came back, I think he is ready to go. I think he can take a lot of positives out of this performance, and I think you're going to see Andre Jackson get better and better and better as this year goes on. I think you're going to see his confidence rise, and I think we're going to see the Andre Jackson of old here not before too long. Now, this is Eddy Alvarez. Unfortunately, he is back in AAA with Oklahoma City. It didn't take him a whole long time to make his mark back in Oklahoma City with 2 home runs in his first game. You're watching him on those home runs on this video. He had 2 RBI single in his first game back as well. So, he came back, and he's, when you come back, I see a lot of these guys have to do this, and they've had an exciting time in the minor leagues. You look at the crowd, it's not very big. There's not nearly as much energy and electricity in the stadium. There's 2 ways to go at this. You can pout and feel sorry for yourself and wish you weren't there, or you can just hook up and get the job done and do what you need to do to get back to Los Angeles. That's certainly what Eddy Alvarez did. He had 2 home runs, a double, 5 RBI, and 13 total bases in the 3 games, and he's 6 for 14 in the 3 games that he has been back with Oklahoma City. So Eddy Alvarez showing that he is a professional, a professional's professional, if you will. There's some pop in that left-handed bat of Jason Martin. This is his 17th home run that you're seeing on your screen, and that does lead Oklahoma City now that Jake Lamb is up with LA. He's hitting .284. He has an OPS of .958. He has hits in all but 2 games so far in June, and he also has 4 home runs this month. So he has been on a tear as of late. He's a good outfielder. He has a good arm. He has good speed. He has good thump with the bat. He has a good match of average with that, and he can steal some bases. So this is a good all-around player, Jason Martin. I say this every week, but I still think he is knocking on the door of a promotion at some time to LA. And you're looking at Miguel Vargas, who has played 7 games in left field for Oklahoma City. Yeah, left field. I did say that. And the Dodgers are trying to create some versatility so they can, whenever you can hit like Vargas, you just try to find a place anywhere on the field to put him and get that stick in the lineup. Here is Michael Busch with a double that he just absolutely clobbered. Michael Busch is having a very good year in AAA Oklahoma City as well. But Miguel Vargas, like I said, has played 7 games in left field as the Dodgers try to create versatility with him, just to get him in the lineup. He's hitting .293. He has an OPS of .871 so far in 2022. So, like I said, got to find a spot for him to play defensively because he can absolutely hit. My man Ryan Nota, I absolutely love this young prospect. He extended his hit streak to 5 games with 2 home runs, a triple, a walk, and 7 RBIs in the game last Wednesday. When he's on, he can absolutely take over entire games. He can take over entire periods of the year for his teams. You see the energy he plays with. I just love watching him. He has a very cool style for him, and he is very, very, very good. His last home run, he also is clutch. His last home run gave the Oklahoma City Dodgers a 9-7 lead, and he now has 12 home runs on the year. He has 3 multi-home run games as well. I love this young prospect, Ryan Nota. I'm glad that you tuned in to the next edition of Dodgers Down on the Farm, and I hope that you visit Dodger Poke Report on the internet, or you go to Dodger Poke on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. This is also going to be a podcast, so go to the podcast streaming service of your choice and search Dodgers Down on the Farm and never miss a thing from Dodger Poke Report. As always, thanks for tuning in, and go Dodgers.